Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring.
So in today's video we are going to be testing out the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation. Now I actually haven't heard anyone talk about this bar one person, which was Makeup with Alex Kate. She did a full wear test on this and she has really oily skin, so I would really recommend checking out her video. I'll actually, can I leave it in the iCards? If I'm not, I'll leave it in the description. So if you have oily skin, I would definitely go check out her video. But for someone with quite dry skin, I really wanted to give this foundation a go because I am the type of person where I think a full coverage foundation usually tends to be quite matte, which I'm okay with. I'm actually okay with because I can prep with a load of hydrating products, but I'm just intrigued to see how this wears on dry skin. It claims to have 30-hour wear and it says that it is a long-lasting luminous matte finish, which I do not understand. I just want to point that out. I don't know how something can be luminous but matte at the same time. To me, that's a satin finish and I'd rather them just say that. I'm really excited to give this a go. I haven't even opened the seal. I got mine in the shade 115 to match my tan. That is like my usual tan shade. It comes with a pump, which we love, and I really like the packaging. I like the cute purple. I think it looks so nice. But to apply this, we are going to start off with primer. I'm going to use the Milk Hydro Grip primer. I know a lot of people tend to do like one half their face with primer and one half their face without primer. For me, I'm going to use primer. If I don't use primer, whether it's just a hydrating one versus a gripping one, for me, I find that my skin just doesn't perform the same. And I want to give this a fair test as if like I'm doing my usual skin prep. I as well will be using my usual concealer, powder and everything like that on top, just so I can see how it performs as well with other products. And as well, I will be setting it with a setting spray, and that is because, like I said, I just want to do my normal routine. Some foundations have not lasted even with primer and setting spray, so I'm intrigued to see how this goes. Okay, I've applied my primer. Now I was debating on what way to apply this, whether to apply it with a brush or to apply it with a sponge. I'm going to go with my usual technique, which is always a brush first and then a sponge. I don't know how much to actually take, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump it onto my finger. Hopefully this will be an okay shade match. Oh, actually, this could have actually been the perfect shade match. So I'm going to start with a brush and I'm going to start... Okay, right at the bat, it's too dark. I think it's oxidized a little bit, but it's fine. We can lighten it with concealer. As you can see, to me, this isn't full coverage. I don't know where I saw full coverage because it doesn't actually say. It just says buildable airy coverage. So that's what it looks like with one pump on the cheek. As you can see, you can very much see my freckles and everything like that, but I like to have quite a bit of coverage when it comes to foundation. Like, I'm a full coverage person. If I'm going to be wearing foundation, at least it needs to have coverage, whereas if I'm wearing a skin tint, well, I know what I'm getting with a skin tint. I do like the finish of it. It definitely isn't matte. Like, I'll give them that. It is not a matte finish. Now, this could also be from my skincare and the primer underneath, but it's blending really well. I'm not having a bunch up anywhere, as you can see. I think it looks really good. It's congealed a little bit at the top of my forehead, but I'm not too worried about that. I don't know if you can see. I'm not too worried about that because I have had a lot of makeup on my face the past couple of days. And when I have that, no matter how much I cleanse my skin, it'll take a couple of days before my skin actually will go back to being normal. I like how it's holding up. I definitely think straight off the bat it is more of a matter foundation. It's not super matte, so I feel like for us dry skin girlies, we might actually be able to get away with it. What I'm going to do is, it says it's buildable, so I'm going to do another layer but with a beauty blender, just in case it gets a bit too wild and a bit too cakey. So I'm going to just pump a little bit more onto my beauty blender and just add to it. Yeah guys, this definitely oxidizes. And I'm just going to blend it. I'm going to only do this on my cheeks because my forehead, I already know, will definitely start to peel and will start to get super cakey, but that is just my forehead. That is not the foundation. So I've done an extra pump on both sides. It has covered up my redness really well. I had a spot here and it's covered that up, like the pigmentation of it, which I'm really happy with. It's built up nicely, like that's a full pump on either side. Being honest, it hasn't made much of a difference coverage wise, which you would expect it to, but it hasn't gone cakey, which is a good thing. But you know what, it's a nice foundation. I will actually give them that. I'm quite picky with foundation. Foundation for me, I need to try it a good few times before I actually am happy with it. And then the other biggest thing that I need to see is, does it layer well with my other makeup products, like my usual products, and then also as well, does it last? Off the bat, it's not cakey. For a buildable coverage foundation, especially a matte foundation, it is actually looking really well. Like I said, we're having a tiny bit here, but I'm not worried about that. I know that it's only because I've been wearing makeup the past couple of days. I really like it. I haven't even settled into my fine lines, which is really good. So I'm intrigued to see how that keeps going for the rest of the day, because usually I'll end up with really bad smile lines, but maybe because of the finish of it, it mightn't be that bad. Okay, I'm quite happy with that actually. And I also find as well, once a product has sat on my skin for a while, I like it even more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, finish the rest of my makeup, and then we'll come back and I'll let you know how my products layer on top, and I will also start doing the check-ins. So let's go. Oh, also the time is 9:37, so we're going to be wearing this for a good couple of hours today because I have bits to do. I'm going to be going on a walk. I just really want to test this foundation. But yeah, the more this is sitting on my skin, the more I really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm gonna go do all that and I'll be back. Okay guys, I have finished my makeup. If you want to know what is on my skin on top of this, it is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, my Huda Beauty loose powder, and then I set it with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. That is like my go-to setting mist at the moment. But so far my thoughts on this foundation are, well, let me tell you when I was applying it. When I was applying this foundation, by the time I had like stopped the camera and got ready to continue my makeup, it had dried down completely, like completely. I think if I were to have tried blending it, nothing would have budged. It set itself down, and when I was putting my bronzer on top of it, my cream bronzer, I found that I had to work a tiny bit more to actually blend it out, but it wasn't hard to blend. I'm just used to blending my cream bronzers and cream blushers on top of quite wet foundations. Like my usual foundation is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, which is very serumy, it's very wet. So to try and blend that on top of this, it was a bit more of a struggle. However, I am really loving this foundation. I'm really loving the finish of it. My skin looks so smooth, it looks so airbrushed, and the one thing that has really like hooked me onto this and has made me like really be like, oh, I love this, my smile lines. I always get deep set smile lines no matter what foundation I use. I think because this is more of a matte foundation, it obviously hasn't sunk into my smile lines as much. But when I tell you that my smile lines literally haven't even slightly creased, I'm not joking you. My whole skin just looks airbrushed, it looks flawless, it looks even. It hasn't oxidized any more than what I was telling you. I'm so impressed with this. If this lasts, and if it lasts well through my walk and everything like that, I will be so happy with this foundation. I really like the look of this. I think it is stunning. I really like my makeup today in general, and I actually think it was down to this foundation being like the perfect base. If you want to know what is on my lips, it is this combo here. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude and then the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade 002 Ice. It's my new favorite combo at the moment. I'm really enjoying this. So like I said, it is now 9:57, so 10 o'clock. I have, like I said, bits to do today. I still have a bit more filming to do, and then I'm going to go on a long walk. So I will keep you updated throughout the day on what I think of this, and I will check in to see if it has broken down, if I've gotten oily anywhere. Bear in mind, I do have dry skin, so I shouldn't get too oily. However, I am going to be sweating from my walk. So yeah, we'll see how this holds up. But so far, loving this. Okay, let's get a real time update. I've literally just walked in the door and walked up the stairs. It was pummeling it down, like absolutely chucking it down. As you can see, I've got white wet patches. Guys, my makeup's perfect. My makeup is literally perfect. There is not an ounce disappeared, considering I was getting smacked in the face with rain. There's not an ounce of cakiness anywhere. My smile line has the slightest bit, like I'm talking the slightest bit, come into play, if you can see, like so slightly. Don't mind my lips, I was like rubbing them together. But like other than that, it looks literally perfect. This whole makeup looks literally perfect, which, like I said, is wild considering I literally was out walking sweating in the rain. So yeah, so far so good, and it is currently about 11:45. So after our hot walk, not bad, not bad. So I'll check in with you in a couple of hours to see how this is looking. But for now, A1. Okay guys, it is late. I'm pretty sure it's something like 6:15, something like that. Update on the makeup. First of all, we're gonna ignore my mouth and nose. My boys are home from being away for a long weekend, so I've been like snuggled up to them. So my mouth obviously has left, although it's not the worst it's ever been, but you'll see. Like, let me zoom in. But let's have a look at the rest of my makeup, because I feel like that's where it is kind of like where I need to see the most. First of all, I haven't been shiny. I haven't needed powder. I haven't felt this makeup on my skin, and I think that is what has had me like be so careless with my makeup and with my face today. Usually when I have makeup on I can feel it, so I'm like, oh boy, stay away. Whereas I've not felt this on my face at all today, like at all. So I'm gonna, first off, for comfort, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. Like, I'm giving this foundation a 10 out of 10. For wear, it did pretty well, considering I put this on at what, 9 o'clock this morning, and it is now 6 o'clock. That's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 9 hours of this being on. I would say this is looking really, really good. Like I said, we're gonna ignore this part of my face. It hasn't come off on like my jumper or anything, which is great. So it is transfer resistant, I would say, unless you're, like I said, smothered up against someone. My cheeks look literally flawless. There is no issues whatsoever. My forehead has a little bit at the top, but that could just be from where I'm like touching my hair and stuff like that. But there is not an ounce of shininess on my face where I wouldn't want it to be. And for a dry skin girly, I would expect that, but it doesn't always happen. And as well, it hasn't dried out my skin at all, which is such a positive, considering, like I said, I have severe dry skin, and a matte foundation tends to obviously dry out my skin. I would 100% recommend this to you guys. I would recommend this to anyone who has oily skin. Like I said, I will leave Alex's video down below. But even for someone who has dry skin, if you're looking for that one foundation that's full coverage, or you can build it full coverage without looking cakey, that's going to last you, that's going to keep you non-shiny all day. Bear in mind, I went for a 40-minute walk and it was sweating. Well, it wasn't sweating, I was sweating, and it was raining. I would really, really recommend this. I think this looks really, really good, and I'd 100%, 1000% actually be confident in saying that this is gonna look good no matter what. So yeah guys, I'm really, really happy with that. I think my makeup looks good, like I said, except for this. My cheeks, you can literally see, are perfect, and I haven't looked at my skin at all today, except for after my walk. So yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with that. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Let me know if you want me to do more foundation reviews. But yeah, let me know if there's any other foundation reviews you want me to do, or any other reviews in general that you want me to do. I feel like this is going to be my new thing, like just testing different foundations, because I really enjoyed this, and it gets me to try new foundations, especially drugstore. Next time I won't be all over my children. Just, they've been away for a couple of days and I've missed them, so they've just been getting loads of snuggles and loads of kisses, so hence this. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.